I think I have this to the point where we are propagating automatically. I just want to double check. 15 weeks.
It's working on Twitter.
Nice.
It's live on YouTube.
Hey, good. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
Hello.
to weekly update number 15. It's the last day of April. Let that sink in for a second.
Months fly.
Yeah, it does.
I'm still kind of vibrating from the Africa special yesterday.
Oh man, that was awesome. I mean, there are so many new areas I want to explore from IHK developments. I mean, that new provider building mesh networks. That's something beautiful. I needed to weep my tears.
Yeah, it was an emotional day. It really was.
It was.
And yeah, I mean, when did we start talking about mesh networks? That was months ago, right? That was before we even had the Gimbalabs proposal written.
Right, and it was in the context of Africa, of course, within the Afrofilm Lab podcast. Yeah, we spot the connected the unconnected is one of the first steps also. So it's natural to go to the same places.
And I had, among the many things I was feeling yesterday, I was just like, oh my gosh, we're not alone, right? There's just so many people working on these essential things that need to happen. So it just feels really good to know that other folks are out there.
I mean, it was such a bold move. We knew that was coming, but really spreading out the word on that deal and what's to come, having the outlook of the professionalism, the depth IOHK and Cardano is showing here is just unprecedented. And this is really what makes me and probably the whole community so proud. And I'm still feeling that energy that flows around, even though I'm here alone. But yeah, I mean, you really can feel the community energizing and engaging so much with that initiatives, with that project, with that huge adoption cases. So it just makes me feel, and everybody probably so proud to be part of it. Yeah.
Amen. And so we want to do our little part. So every week we come on and we give some shout outs. We share what we've done, what we're doing next. We make some suggestions for what you might do next, and we open ourselves up to open Q&A. The reason we do this is that Gimbalabs is a Catalyst-funded project, and we really feel like we owe it to the entire Cardano community just to share out on what we're doing and hoping that we are good stewards of the responsibility we have. Mm-hmm. So let's jump right in. Roberto's got some shout-outs to start off.
Want to shout out again to Jaime, who is building Jaime and Vicente, who are building a beautiful NFT minter wallet, which gonna empower people to mint their own NFTs, whatever they are, images, video, whatever they are. You just need a wallet, right? You just need Cardano infrastructure to do it. This is a tool we are missing in the ecosystem. They are picking that shovel and building it as an open source project. So big shout out to them. Awesome. And also I want to shout out to Sputnik and Garm, who are two guys from that are in our Discord, are using Dandelion GraphQL API to check their NFTs. They are reporting bugs and even downtimes, because we found some really weird bug that shows that the endpoint is on sync, but it won't return the expected data. So we are looking into that, and we'll report it to Cardano GraphQL project on GitHub whenever we found the problem. So big shout out to them also.
Dude, that's how it's supposed to work. This is great. You put a tool out, new people come in, figure out what works, continue to improve. And I've been reading those conversations too. And a lot of the times in that help channel in Discord, I just read because it helps me learn what problems people are running into. So yeah, thank you guys.
And something magical happened. That is, they started sharing knowledge on GraphQL queries between them. That's the power of collaboration and openness.
We need like a live stream of that channel, and just we should publicly post that and just post those queries up. Cool. Want to thank Swarm Sessions for letting me join last Saturday. I'm looking forward to continuing to join those sessions. And you've already been just essential thought partners. It's been a really exciting week of learning with all of you, and this is really what Gimbalabs has had in mind from the beginning is, hey, whoever shows up and however much they want to contribute, we want to meet there and see what happens. And so just feels like we've met some real kindred spirits in the Swarm Sessions community, and I make no predictions about where that's going, but we are here for the journey. And similar to that, a lot of new folks, particularly from Swarm, joined us on Tuesday's Playground meeting. And I want to give a special shout out to Aldion, Reload, Fila, Felix, and Steve Lockhart for just taking it on themselves to say, look, we're gonna get together and we're gonna talk about how to make the playground better. I know y'all met yesterday. I don't have words to describe my gratitude for the fact that you see the vision and you want to help deliver on it. Great. And Julie, thanks for introducing us to Fila.
A pleasure.
So what have we done?
Okay, so as usual, we did another coding on-chain session. This one was another Spanish one with Caso. Yeah, we went on building the fully on-chain NFTs. This time we took a look at the C64 Minter wallet that Vicente and Caso are building. Yeah, that was a funny one. I hope that this, even if it's in Spanish, you can take a look and check the graphical interface, because it already teases how we are planning to use backend services and signatures and that stuff that makes C64 a bit different wallet. The other side, I've been working on storage for our new cluster, Kubernetes cluster, because as you know, we are using a new provider which is cheaper, but where we need to handle the cluster, to manage the cluster by ourselves, and that introduces some new challenges, like having a high availability storage solution. So yeah, we've been working on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I was hoping that I wasn't over-promising in the latest blog post about building new use cases for Dandelion, but it's already happening.
Be ready.
Awesome. Julie, you want to take the next few?
Yeah, so we are strongly operationalizing the playground as we actually onboarded Fila. She's helping us directly with structuring, giving all the elements of what a project or a workshop requires, really from the bottom to really to create an exceptional experience. So we are getting our hands dirty And yeah, it's just fun to see how it takes shape and really is progressing for delivering a better experience for all of us, especially for the developers in the first place. And the G-type proposal, actually G-type proposal, there are two entrepreneurs behind that. This is Tom and Alex. We got to know them during our logo design because they helped us actually very kindly. So we got engaged, they got emotionalized about what Gimbalabs is and what Cardano is. So we're happy to have them onboarded to Project Catalyst and helping them straightforward with the proposal definition. But our main stack here is really ensuring that Gimbalabs is the backbone of implementing their project. So what they want to do is actually develop a font management application. I really encourage you to read through it. We should share the link on Twitter. So yeah, happy to have help there and finalize the proposal.
Yeah, there were a bunch of proposals that we polished. Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday were pretty busy. I think all of us had our hands in a few different things. And this is the evolution of Catalyst we're seeing right before our eyes, right? As it becomes a big enough fund to truly launch projects at scale, what we have the ability to do as proposers is break our ideas into different parts. And maybe some of them will get funded and some won't. And that's a good thing. That means the process is working, and it means that voters are helping us set our priorities, right? So we're really excited to see how those go over. Fingers crossed that at least one or two of them get funded. We'll make sure to share out on all of that over the next few weeks, how we're thinking about that. And this is in part why we're prioritizing getting this What is Gimbalabs blog series out the door, so we can really share our current understanding of what we've done so far and what we really see as our most critical next steps, including how other people like you might get involved. So a lot more to come on all of that. What's next? We're in building mode, like everybody, and it feels really good. So I mean, who wants to expand on that?
I think I mean, the second point I can take, yeah, as I said on operationalizing Playground, we keep on doing that. Also, like structuring and getting organized in the back from using different tools for different things. So that's basically it. So we have a kind of a journey ahead there. It's gonna take us some weeks.
Yeah, and I would like to add that even from the tools we choose, we try to reflect on what's the best approach to help building this world a bit more decentralized. And like, for example, we are using GitLab now as our main software forge. That's why, because they build open source software and we want to support them in case we want to, not in case, we started the trial and we will be paying for the service. So we are supporting an open source project. And that's a research on each tool we decide to use. We are thinking on using Nextcloud instead of Google Suite. So we are looking into independent providers. You can go for the Nextcloud hosted service, but you can also choose to support a Swiss provider that it's doing their own little or medium-sized business. That's part of our operationalizing job of Gimbalabs. And I hope Yeah, I will take the next one also. That's an ongoing process every week. I mean, whenever I have time, I try to improve everything on Dandelion and check how I can make it more reliable, like in the storage solution I told before. So that's a job for every week.
I'm almost there with my Dandelion cluster, the one I put on Scaleway. So I have a few more questions, but I think first of all, we'll be serving up another one from there soon enough, and hopefully after I get my last few questions ironed out. I know that OCG had some similar questions that I saw this morning. I'll be excited to continue to help other people then spin up their nodes. And obviously there's some really interesting operationalizing work in Fund 5, both between financing Dandelion nodes and the authentication mechanism. So much more to come there. And I just want to share once again, as our playground meetings continue every Tuesday, the Swarm Sessions crew is hosting a meeting every Saturday at 3 p.m. UTC. I had a great time there last weekend, and if anybody is wondering what their entry point might be, this is a really, really good one. So just be in touch if you're not sure how to find that, and we can share that link. Your next steps. Keep building along with us. I should have made a shout out for my old friend Josh, who is brand new to Cardano, but he jumped right into Playground, and I mean he gets it right away. He went from being brand new to this stuff to texting me yesterday while he was getting his vaccine shot, and he was like, I mean, this stuff that they're talking about at Cardano Africa, it just seems obvious that like we could try to figure out, who's had what vaccine and all that, right? And all this blows up your brain with all sorts of questions like, hey, is that a good idea? Is it not a good idea, right? We got to really weigh the potential unintended consequences. But this is the product of people showing up. When people show up, when people start to engage, those questions start to come out. So join us for Playground on Tuesday if you can. If you are, or if you know a UX or UI designer who wants to apply their skills to this brand new industry, we have a very specific job for you as you in some of the Playground work we're doing. So if you know somebody or if you want to get involved, please do be in touch. Okay. And as always, reach out on Discord. Consider delegating to Gimbal Pool because it's helping us fund this work. We got our second block this week. That was exciting. The reliable deployment. Thanks, Roberto.
Thank you for setting it up and taking the challenge of actually deploying it by yourself. That was that again demonstrated your skills, your multidisciplinary skills.
I just read instructions. If the instructions are good, I can follow them. So thanks. Yeah, and this is hopefully more to come on that. I think this is a really, really nice solution for empowering more and more people.
Yeah, it seems we have some questions from Matthew. Is there docs to use Dandelion template as multi-node? That's a good question, and that's actually something I delegated to Kubernetes documentation or knowledge on the operator. But I have some good news, that is, in order to properly handle the deployment on this new provider where I myself manage Kubernetes, I need to code infrastructure as code. I will be creating a Terraform Terraform module for deploying K3S, which is the Kubernetes distribution I use, on different virtual machines, bare metal servers, whatever server that has an SSH access, that will be the input information for the Terraform module, and it will connect to the nodes and deploy K3s there. Probably it's going to be Terraform plus Ansible. But yeah, that's something that it's in my backlog and that I'm building slowly because I deploy it manually on the first place to get to know the things I need to automate. But yeah, I need to automate the infrastructure because automate IT all.
Let's do it. And this comment, I just love this comment from Matthew because this is the mindset, right? This is what it looks like to jump in. And when Julie says we're getting our hands dirty, this is what we mean, right? Mm-hmm. Just pick it up. This is how we figure stuff out. I actually had to bang my head against the wall a few times to get Nix set up, but it was worth it because by the time I got it to work, I was like, oh, okay, this is, and Roberto, we've talked about it, right? Like we're kind of begrudgingly coming around to be like, wait, that is actually a really good tool, even though it's hard to learn at first. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we're not alone in that. Worth it. All right. Well, hey, for everybody who was able to check this out at our new time, thank you for stopping by. We will continue to go live at this time every week because, you know, among our other hopes and dreams is that life goes back to normal and that Julie and Roberto are outside with their families at 7 p.m. on a Friday night sometime soon. So really happy to have this new time.
Yep.
Great.
Good. Any last words? What do we miss?
Wishing all a nice weekend.
Amen.
And if you have questions, want to engage, just reach us at Discord, write us. We will welcome you with open hands, arms.
I'm not good at this, but I will try. Join our Discord, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. That's another way to support us.
Something about a steak cool, I don't know. Yeah, all the things. Just show up.
Oh, you see.
Let's get to work.
Great. Bye.
All right. Take care, everybody. See you soon.